Hi there, people, if you've came to this video. I'll try and keep the chat short at the start, just in case you've came just purely to hear Pigs on the Wing. I don't know why you'd want to hear me play it rather than, you know, off the Animals album, but whatever. I'm stuck in a flat, my new flat, in a town I don't know. My flatmate's gone. It's Friday, here, thinking and drinking, and just listening to old stuff really, and Pigs on the Wing came on, and I thought, oh, that's nice. So I went onto YouTube to try and see other people playing it, and I noticed that there's a big difference between the first song and the second song, really, in terms of tone and the little inflections, the niceties, and people don't really seem to have picked up on it. So I just thought, maybe if I kind of pointed that out, then it would be nice that there was someone on the internet going, yo, these are the little cool things that make the two parts sound so different. Anyway, we're bang on a minute in, so I should shut up and start playing. I'll play it and then I'll explain. Isn't that wonderful? Anyway, purpose of the video, I'm not here to play at you. Okay, so first thing you may have noticed, if you're just coming here because you're randomly surfing and for some reason you're still actually listening to a skinny half-northern idiot, the first song is played using a normal G. Well, by say normal G, the lesser used acoustic G, anyway, which I think is the true G. Whereas the second one is played with the rock G that everyone uses, the nice one though. Everything's happy and fine, we're in a rock zone. Don't know why I just did that. Also, the strumming pattern differs. In the first one, the strumming pattern weighs heavily on pauses and the deep strings here at the bottom. I say the bottom, it's on the top of the guitar, but they're the low strings. So the first one goes, whereas the second one goes. the major difference there is the first one has pauses, and those pauses are emphasised on the top strings, and there isn't that much love given to the bottom ones. Whereas in the second one, it's very strummy. Whenever you're using the top strings, you're including the rest of the guitar. You're going. Sorry, that's my screens. Yeah. Whereas in the first one, you're going, and you're not quite including all the bottom strings, and you're pausing hard. Now that's the first difference in strumming pattern. If you listen to the songs, if you haven't heard that before, if you haven't noticed that, it will immediately become apparent. How the first one even starts quite violently. It's like, whereas the second one's all nice, and you've got the bees buzzing in the background. And that's why the second one sounds kind of happier and more enlightened than the first one, which I think is brilliant, because the first one's kind of like they're setting out on their kind of love, and then the second one's like they've been through it all and they know it, and just he's happy, etc. The song being a declaration of sort of love from Roger Waters to his wife. I think she's his wife now. I don't know what happened, but that was the idea of the songs. The first one is a bit more unsure and savage, and then the second one's very reassured and calm, and that's achieved amazingly just by the usage of the G and the difference in strumming. Now that's something that people don't seem to pick up on. I don't know why. Also in the first one, in the kind of little C bits of okay, in the second one you have more of a okay, so the difference there being in the first one he sticks with C throughout the whole thing. The only difference is your little pinky finger comes on the third string from the top, on the third fret. So normal C, put your pinky on. You can hear the difference. If you play a bit heavily on the top strings, it might not sound to you like that is making really any difference at all, but it is. Trust me. If you have a phone or something, record it, you'll suddenly go, oh yeah, that is actually quite noticeable. The same. Sorry, before we move on, the second one just uses an F both times. The first time it goes, and the second time it goes back into the C. It's just like an escalating power on the chord. There's no change at all. It just goes, and that's it. But again, he's demonstrating that where you strum and how hard you strum can actually, with one chord you can do a lot without even changing anything, and that's why I love this song, because a lot of it's just, there's a lot of sound there and there's a lot of rhythm, but it's just one chord and it's awesome. Without getting too much of a hard on for the song, if we move forward to something else that appears in the first one only, it goes. That happens a few times as well. People tend to just, every time that happens, just go, no, okay, that's subtle, and it has its place for a reason, because it adds to the depth of the song, okay? That happens after the second C bit there. Doesn't go back to the C there, it does that little lick, which is just the G, but you mute the top string, I use my thumb, and then move your ring finger down one. Okay? Another minor inflection, another difference between the two, okay, is how when it then goes to the A, that's how the first one goes. The second one throws all that in the bin, and it just goes. Okay, there's a difference there that is, when put with all the other differences, it makes them two separate songs. It really does. But you need to get the right inflections in the right songs. There's a couple of other timing differences that you'll know of probably. If you listen to the songs, they play the G, first one, which just goes into the end bit, which is the whole. Is longer than in the second one, where it just goes. Now that is to accommodate the difference in switching from A minor to F between the first and the second one. Because there's more lyrics in the second one at the end, because he makes more space for them. In the first one it just goes. That's like a quick. Whereas in the second one it goes. You see how in the first one it's kind of cut short. It's like a quick switch. It's like da 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 da. Whereas in the second one it's like they have their own. It's all even. That little bit there. They're all given their own space, and that's because he wants to fit the lyrics in over the top or what have you. And yeah, I think that's just about it really. Just those things people don't seem to pick up on. When I played it at the start of the video, I played it properly. You'll notice all of that, and you can play it back and listen to it. I'm going to put the chord, or like the order of the chords, in the description, just in case you're a bit, I don't know what the hell's going on, and I'll put like a little key as well to what the chords are. I think they're the only real differences. I mean, just listen back to what I played, with what I've said, take it on board, and you'll soon. None of them are difficult. If you can play the song as you can, if you came here theoretically, if you can't play the song, just quickly go off, watch some other people teaching you on YouTube, because there's enough people teaching it. Get a feel for the chords and stuff. Listen to the track. That's the best way of learning it, and then come back and listen to what I've said, and you'll register, because you go, oh, that's that little sound that is kind of almost barely noticeable, but it's very noticeable because it's barely noticeable, because it's only small, but the song uses so few chords and repetitive strumming of the same chord to such great effect. At the risk of rambling, I'm going to stop the video now, but I hope something useful has came out of this video to you people playing Pigs on the Wing, wanting to know how to make it sound more like the record. If you just came here to watch me play and you've ended up listening to 15 minutes of me rambling, I apologise, I really do. I feel sorry for you. I'm sorry, you can't have that time back. It's mine now. Anyway, toodles.